Hey everybody, welcome to Buffalo After Dark. It's been a while. So we're November 11th. It's post-election chaos, but we're actually not going to really talk too much about that tonight. So we got a couple people here on the air. Of course, yours truly, Buffalo Bob. How's it going?
What up, Chief?
Not much. It's like, hey, how's it been going down there? Because I know you've been a little bit busy.
I know, it's been like a shithole been here the last couple of weeks with Halloween, and then the election was all going around. Everyone has different views about it, but we're not going to discuss that. My sponsor tonight is plain simple, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Well, and then, of course, we've got good old Bubba Matt here from Atlanta where they're doing the nice little post-election festivities, and the good thing is he doesn't have to worry about the Atlanta Falcons doing too much down there. How's it going?
Not much, man. And to say that it's chaotic down here is a complete understatement.
Sounds like hell.
You don't know half of it.
I don't. You're right.
All right. Then we got an old friend of this show. He actually, last time he joined us was before we even started the new channel here. He came to us from our old Sabres Fans 365 and NHLFans365.com. We got forever Lewfie, Adam, our serviceman to the north. How you doing?
How's she going, eh?
Hey, there he is.
How's she going, eh?
Yeah, we finally got you on the new channel. It's about damn time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody
You know,
knows
the only bad thing about this is Bobby's here.
Ah, fuck you.
Oh,
Fuck you, mate.
good to see you, though, man. We got to have you on here more often.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, but again, Bobby's here, so.
That's for sure.
All right. So we got a couple people actually sponsored. So first thing I'll tell you, Canada Dry. It's good stuff, especially if you go on an all-nighter. So, Bobby, who's your sponsor tonight?
My sponsor tonight is my governor is an absolute fucking idiot.
Oh.
And if you're curious where I got this from, I got this at a local 7-Eleven in Long Island for like $5. And I was just like, I have to get this. So that's where I got this. So it says, my governor is an absolute idiot. As you can clearly see, it's King Bitch on there with the state of New York's logo right there. And it's pretty obvious to anybody who lives in New York. I know Sean over here doesn't live in New York, but considering he could probably relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I was born and raised up there.
Right. Yeah, and considering now, especially Buffalo area, we might be getting locked down again. So let's pray to God that doesn't happen. But of course, we all.
I haven't heard that yet, but we'll find out eventually. Hopefully, you guys don't go through a lockdown. That would be really horrible.
Yeah,
definitely.
I can't imagine Buffalo going through another lockdown.
Right. Yeah, one was already enough. I could tell you that. But then we got our. But then of course, Lewfie here. He's in the military up north. So first and foremost, everybody, whether it's Canada or whatever. Well, I know Canada, Happy Remembrance Day to everybody who served up here. Here in the States, it's Happy Veterans Day. So, of course, everybody who has served, is serving, or will be serving, of course, we appreciate you.
That's what I was going to say. My sponsor is going to be all the men and women that serve from east to west, north to south. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for serving.
Well, thank you, Bobby, but fuck you. No one cares what you say.
Yeah, fuck you too. How about that?
All right. On that note, let's jump into some football in the hot box. Buffalo Bills, man, they are still going strong. Man. And they've had a good couple weeks. I mean, they bounced back, and I mean, we won't really talk about the prior week, but let's really talk about what happened this past Sunday. So, of course, they ended up playing Seattle. The media, a lot of people picked Seattle to win that game.
Yeah.
God, they were dead wrong.
Yeah.
So what happened, for anyone who didn't know by now, Josh Allen lost his grandmother the day before the game. And he played through it, and he busted out in a big, big way. So, of course, the Bills got a 44-34 win. The defense absolutely destroyed Russell Wilson all day.
Oh, gosh.
That was beautiful.
5 sacks, 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for something better than that, man.
Yep.
Yeah. How about that one play with Trey White, how he ended up destroying Metcalf?
Oh, yes. That was gorgeous. That was
Who
cool.
don't know what happened, man?
I'm like, DK Metcalf's one of the best in the league, and Trey White just
The dude is freaking. He's big.
he's a beast.
Oh my gosh, he's a big receiver, man.
I know. And then the offense actually played pretty well because, I mean, let's look at Gabriel Davis. I mean, Cole Beasley had a great day in the slot. But Josh Allen himself, 31-38, 415 yards, which ties his career best, 3 touchdowns. And in the first quarter alone, he threw for 154 yards.
Oh, man.
So he just dominated.
And the Buffalo Panthers have won another game. And yes, I said that on purpose because Adam is indeed a Carolina Panther.
Okay, hey, just so you know, I have all the respect in the world for Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a fucking beast.
Well,
But I have no respect for Bobby whatsoever.
I mean, you wouldn't even know who the fuck Josh Allen would have been.
Hey, you know what? I called Josh Allen as a underdog fucking quarterback from the beginning.
And he's proven his worth.
Yeah.
He is a beast. He's a beast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, and how about freaking AJ Klein finally doing something?
Ooh, man, that was good.
AJ Klein.
Yes.
Man.
AJ Klein had a great game. I mean, Davis is great as a tight end. I mean, and I love the fact that they are actually utilizing more of those tight end plays because that's something we haven't had in a while. Like going back to when we ended up picking up Charles Clay. Remember when we had him from?
Oh God, yes, I remember that.
We overpaid him.
That did not work out.
Yeah, it did work out. And where's Charles Clay now? He's doing nothing. But the fact that Davis has stepped in as a rookie and he's doing all of the things that we want him to do, he was looking great. I mean, he's been looking great, especially the last couple games. But, I mean, Stephon Diggs keeps playing well. The run game is getting better. So it's nice to finally see that, Zach Moss and Singletary mixing up and being able to do a little bit. But I love how they're finally getting, not only are they not just going straight wide receiver like they used to, they're actually mixing in tight end sets, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And you know what's funny, too? Is Stephon Diggs is #1 leader in receptions and in receiving yards in the NFL.
Yeah, thank you, Minnesota. Thank you for that trade.
For real.
Talk about how, remember all the talk about how Allen was just remember all the talk about how Allen was horrible and Diggs was gonna want out of Buffalo by week 5 and he's a #2 wide receiver. How's that all that working out for you guys?
Hey Bobby, I just want to point out the fact that you wanted Josh Rosen.
I did. I admitted it. I admitted it. Yeah, everybody in this chat knows that I wanted Josh Rosen over Allen, and that was because I didn't know. Yeah, I'm so glad that did not happen. Looking back on it.
But you're like, oh, yeah. How many times have you said that? Like, oh, no, Josh Allen is not gonna do it. He's fucking garbage. He's this, he's that. But now look at it.
Yeah, I know. I was wrong. He admitted it to me, and I can admit I was wrong. I wanted Rosen over Allen 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever it was. And
I'm glad this is recorded.
Yeah, I know. Thank God.
Yeah, actually, I remember like after the season started, it was actually funny. I think it was our second or third episode. We ended up talking a little bit about this, and we all had a little bit of back and forth about it. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely something we talked about before. I mean, I was always for Allen, he was for Rosen, and even Allen's won him over.
Yeah, and I have a Josh Allen jersey. I have everything. And the best thing about the whole situation is ever since it was announced that his grandmother passed away, people have been donating money to the Oak Tree Children's Hospital in Buffalo and raised over $230,000.
Yeah, I think recently it's over $300,000 now.
Yeah, but actually, you know what? Let's I'm gonna take a look at I'm gonna take a look and see what they got over here because it'll be actually pretty interesting. Oh, and they have a live ticker on Twitter now for what they got going on. So, yeah, let's take a look. And actually, I'll bring it up on the screen. And actually, the cool thing is, this is live this is current as of 5 minutes ago. So, here's what we'll do. I'm going to share the screen with you guys. So thanks to Bill's Mafia. Over $345,000 has been donated to Oshai Children's Hospital, and of course, take a look. number 17 is Bill's colors now. So it made it real easy if you guys want to donate, absolutely. And actually, truth be told, I mean, I have donated to that hospital myself too, and I mean, it's actually what I'm going to do.
Any children's hospital is a worthy cause to donate to.
Absolutely, and yeah, and actually, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to throw a $17 on there also. Just you know, I'm going to do that on Friday. And once I want to get paid for work, and but I'll tell you, I mean, it's a great children's hospital. They do a lot of good work over there, and I mean, it's just one of those things, you know. Happy to give back, and then the last time I gave to them actually was back when they were building the new hospital downtown, and beautiful hospital actually that they built for the kids. I mean, they definitely have a lot of great things there. So. Well, that, and I mean, even another hospital I've donated to in the past has been St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which does cancer research down in Memphis, Tennessee. So absolutely happy to you know, give back. I mean, kids deserve it.
Absolutely.
They did a good thing here today in Sarnia. I know in like multiple places in Canada, we both like give money towards children's hospitals. And there was one today that half the donations that went towards veterans funds went towards children's hospitals and children cancer societies and stuff like that. So I think they raised just today and yesterday they raised over $600,000. Just
wow,
that's really good.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
So what it basically is that they give to the Veterans Association, and then the Veterans Association gives back to the kids. So they gave over 70% of what they took into the kids' hospitals and stuff. So
yeah, that's really cool. And even, I mean, I know even over on your side of the border, I mean, you've got some really good hospitals over there. And I mean, I'm not.
Oh wait, we've got free healthcare. Free healthcare.
Well, yeah, I know you got that, but I was going to say, I mean, you've got some really good hospitals, though. I mean, I'm not too familiar, like, what's directly in your neck of the woods, but I know up in the Toronto area, Sick Kids is actually the big hospital over there, and I know they do a lot of good things.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm actually 3 hours away from that hospital. Yeah, 3 hours.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's actually looking at this donation list, it's kind of interesting. They're doing everything in increments of 17. I noticed that it's like you can give, it's like 17, 117, 217, 517, 1017, or other. So they're actually doing everything in like honor of number 17.
What's the history behind it though? Why are they doing 17?
Well, I think what happened is, well, after the whole thing with Josh Allen, well, he's number 17. But after it came out about what happened with his grandmother, and everyone just started donating $17, or everyone started putting increments of 17. So they figured, you know, hey, let's make it increments of 17.
Yeah, so they're just using the Josh Allen number just to. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's not the first time Bills Mafia ever did that though, because when we finally got into the playoffs that first season, when the Cincinnati Bengals helped us, and I was gonna say Andy Dalton, thanks to Andy Dalton at the time, he got us into that playoff game against Jacksonville. Bills Mafia stepped up, and when he was with the Bengals, I mean, they donated to some hospitals out in Cincinnati. So I mean, they did it all in honor of Andy Dalton at the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. It's for the best, and when you do it for kids, it's what you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
What's really funny is Tom and I actually went to that Bengals-Bills game last September.
Yeah,
and Andy Dalton, and I remember we were doing this, is that it was you, me, and my fiance, Brittany. The three of us were at the Bills game. We were waiting to get in line for a drink because of how narrow the hallways are at New Era Field because it's so out of place. You know how this is.
Yeah.
And I remember we were getting popcorn or drinks or something like that in the middle of, I think, like the first quarter or second quarter, something like that. It went on commercial break, and I remember looking at the podium, or the score, or the jumbotron, whatever you want to call it, and Andy Dalton was just waving to the crowd of Buffalo as a way of saying, thank you for donating to my charity for Children's Hospital and helping them get back into the playoffs. So even if Andy Dalton may or may never play for the Bills, he's going to be a legend in Buffalo for a very long time, just for what he did 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's like one of those things that just sticks out. I mean, pretty much Bills Mafia is almost everywhere. So, I mean, something like that, you get a big cause going on. I mean, and fans will step up. I mean, it's basically who Buffalo is.
It doesn't take much though for like someone to have an actual heart to be like, your kids matter. So like, it doesn't take much for you to be like, hey, do the right thing. Our kids are number one, so people need to look more into that, especially nowadays is even more.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I've been in the new building actually when it first opened. So for people who don't know, my girlfriend's daughter actually was in there for a couple of days a while back when she was born a couple years ago, and same thing. So I saw what they do over there. I mean, great place. So it's one of those, like anytime you can support a children's hospital and give back to them, by all means do it. It's just the right thing to do.
Yeah. It could be $1. It could be, you could be cheap like Bobby and just donate 50 cents, but you could donate something. Just to, Bobby.
Yeah,
I've donated to a lot of charities in my life, man. I've done a lot. I've done my dues. I've donated to Children's Hospital. I've donated to cancer awareness. I've donated to autism awareness. I've donated to veterans.
Hey, hold on a second. I'll get your button for like congratulations. You donated.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be a good person.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, even I know he's done it. I mean, I've done the same thing. I mean, actually, one of the places I remember I donated to not that long ago was Tampa General Hospital. That's where I had my neck surgery 10 years ago this month, and one of the things I did is they have a very good cancer center down there. Now, the good thing is when I had my neck tumor taken out, thank God it wasn't cancerous or anything like that. But the thing about Tampa General is that I went down to Tampa, Florida. They were the best people I've dealt with in any hospital. It was the only place that could do what I needed. And they were able to do everything minimally invasive. I was in and out same day. I mean, compared to what I would have been looking at up here, having like a 2 to 6 hour procedure, 17 minutes start to finish, I was done. I mean, that's how advanced they were down there. And I still look back, and I mean, the two people that did my surgery, I mean, they were outstanding, and I still consider them the best I consider that the best hospital experience I ever had, and so I ended up giving back to them too. I mean, I've donated a couple times for areas of most need, and then also with their head and neck center, same thing, done a lot of stuff for that. So, definitely one of the places I've given back to. And then, I mean, I've done United Way before. Of course, the Children's Hospital here in Buffalo, same thing. St. Jude Children's Research Institute in Memphis, I've done that. And there's like a bunch of other places, it's just, the cool thing is you don't have to give a lot to give back. That's like one of the nice things. And I'm saying, hey, it's good to give back, but if you do give back, just do what you're comfortable with. You don't have to spend like hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars or anything like that. Even if you're throwing like $5-10 here and there, just do what you're comfortable with.
I usually donate to any charity I can come up with. I mean, it's not an obligation, but you're entitled to go out and share and donate to certain events. I mean, I've done food drives. I've done all kinds of charity events. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's pretty much doing something
Absolutely.
good for the community. I know I've donated to numerous charities in my lifespan. So really, it's just like, everybody has a moral code to be a good person for once in their lives.
Yeah.
I had a recent scare of what I thought when I had a tumor came up, and I went to my doctor, and they went and got rid of it, but luckily it wasn't cancerous.
Well, that's good.
But it was a tumor, and it had to be removed. And the whole hospital staff that I dealt with here was exemplary. It was like the best care you could ever have. and like there's a children's wing in one of the hospitals here, and I donated to it like multiple times. But when you see the work that they do when it comes to the kids and stuff like that, like kids with cancer and stuff, man, it's not something you want to see. Like I have kids, and I seeing a kid that's like sick with cancer is like the worst thing you can ever see in your life.
Yeah.
But but seeing the care that they actually get when they actually the money you put into it, it's worth it 100 times over, because
Absolutely.
those kids, as sad as it is, they get the best care as what they can get, and it's whatever you can do. Like if you can donate $5, yeah, donate $5. If you can donate $1 million, donate $1 million. It's worth it. It's all over worth it in the end.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like one of the things. I mean, for anyone who's ever met me in person, I mean, a lot of people know that I'm a really laid back guy, and a lot of what I do is I work with a bunch of different people from all walks of life, getting them work. But one of the things that always, like the tough thing to always look at though is like you see a kid that's sick or anyone who's in that predicament, or especially a kid with cancer. I mean, that's just heartbreaking seeing that. It's just you never want to see somebody like that. So it's like one of those things like Adam's saying. I mean, same thing. Being able to give back and knowing that they get the best care available, that's huge, and they deserve it. I mean, it's one of those deals. I mean, they deserve every shot at having the best outcome possible.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually looking at the tracker, apparently Bill's Mafia is still at it because the donation amount went up. So,
well, it's not going to stop anytime soon. I'll certainly tell you that. That's not going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah. So it's almost up to 346,000 now. So good job, guys.
And you know what?
Don't donate if Bobby's a dick. Don't keep donating.
Yeah, but no, really, like the whole like point of the story is, if you have something you want to give back to, by all means, do it. And I mean, you don't necessarily have to do it with money. You can always do it with your time or anything like that. I mean, I've done that with different organizations before too, where I'll just volunteer time every so often. It's like, yeah, just do what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything. Just donate to, like today is Veterans Day, Remembrance Day. So Canada is Remembrance Day, America Veterans Day. Donate for the sacrifice they made. Give money to the kids for them. Do something that like there's people out there still serving every day and for you and everyone else. So do it for them.
Yeah, absolutely. The vets deserve it. I mean, Adam, I know you've served and you are serving. So definitely, don't forget the vets. I mean, especially, and it shouldn't just be Veterans Day or Remembrance Day over in Canada. Don't forget about them every day. I mean, they're the big reason why the four of us are on this show right now, and they're a reason that we can say what we want to say, because there's places in this world that we would not be able to do what we're doing right now.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we can move forward with whatever we have next. And I wanted to just mention the New York Mets had quite a weekend with
the ownership change.
Thank you, God. Seriously. Thank you,
the
God.
The Wolves are no longer part of the picture.
Hallelujah. I'm so happy, actually.
Yeah, so fill us in, Bobby, on the ownership change for those who haven't been following.
Okay, so Jeff and Fred Wilpon, the biggest scumbags in all of baseball, finally decided to do the right thing, which Mets fans have been asking for about 20 years now, to sell the team. And they finally sold it to multi-billionaire Stephen Cohen. And Stephen Cohen was into the fracking business for a very long time. And if that sounds familiar, it's within the Pagulas industry, because that's where they got their money from. And Stephen Cohen is not.
Loves a good fracking.
What were you gonna say?
Everyone loves a good fracking.
Anyway, so Stephen Cohen was in the fracking business, and his net worth is around $14 billion, according to MajorLeagueBaseball.com. And he's making more money in double than the New York Yankees are with the Steinbrenners. That's
The only thing I care about this whole conversation is where's Strowman?
Struggling with what?
No, where's Strowman?
Oh, Strowman? It's funny you said that because I'm about to get to him next. And so a day after the official announcement of Stephen Cohen being the new owner of the New York Mets, Marcus Stroman is decided to take a pay cut for $19.8 million, and he's decided to accept the qualifying order, and he will be staying with the New York Mets for the 2021 MLB season. Next question.
Oh, boo.
Let's
That is
go!
some absolute bullshit.
Let's go!
Come back to the Jays, Roman. Come back. The Blue Jays are chirping.
Let's go, Mets! Let's go, Mets!
This is like the funny thing because it's like you get that change in ownership, and a lot of times, I mean, when you go from cheap ownership to actually good ownership that actually isn't concerned about paying a luxury tax in baseball, this is what you get.
I always thought in the back of my head that Strowman would come back to the Jays. I always thought in the back of my head, I was like, yeah, he'll come back. Don't worry.
You really wanted the Jays to pay nearly $19 million for Marcus Stroman?
I think Strowman's worth it, though.
Stroman is from Long Island. There was no chance in hell. Right after he got traded to the Mets, there was no chance in hell he was going to leave. I mean, I've heard rumors ever since Tony La Russa came out of retirement to manage the White Sox. There was rumors of him going there to play with Tony La Russa. And sure enough, Stephen Cohen comes in. The big guy comes into Citi Field, and he basically says, hey, Stromy, do you want to stay in New York? I'll give you $19.8 million. Sure, I'll stay. And that's basically what happened.
I just always thought that Strowman was going to come back to the Jays because, that's where he started. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, true. He was drafted by the Blue Jays, but obviously he got traded to the Mets. So, and I remember you and I were having this conversation, and I remember telling you that Strowman got traded to the Mets, and you were like, I don't give a fuck, all right, because I don't give a
because
fuck.
I was pissed. I was pissed because, like, you little bitch, you fucking left. What's wrong with you? And then he left, and I was like, no, Strowman, come back. Come back.
Well, I'm just going to say, mate, thank you so much for giving the Mets Marcus Stroman. And now, with a full, healthy lineup, he's arguably going back to arguably the best rotation lineup in not only the National League, but in all of Major League Baseball.
Hey, Bobby, do me a favor.
Yes, fuck the Jays. I know.
No, stretch your arms out. God, your arms are short.
That was random.
Yeah, because I see you move your arms. I'm like, fuck, your arms are short.
Well, I'm a short guy. I'm only 5'8", 5'9". So, yeah, I can see why you said that.
Yeah, I bet you could.
You know what? I'm small enough to punch you in the fucking nuts.
Except Lewfie can kill you a million ways to one.
Yeah, this guy acts like he's Michael Jordan, and he's like 6'1".
I'm not. What 6'1"? I'm 6'6".
That's my point.
And he's trained in a million ways to kill somebody.
Yeah, and Bobby be my first suspect.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm just gonna say that for sure. What was I gonna say? So yeah, I just think though with Stephen Cohen, he said something very interesting the other day in his opening press conference. He said that Sandy Alderson is coming back to the Mets as an executive, and they're going to look at Mike Hill, who is going to be operating baseball operations with the New York Mets. I don't know how that's going to accurately work, and he's supposedly getting an interview on Saturday for the job. And then on top of all that, Brody Van Wagenen and the entire staff got swept away by the New York Mets by Stephen Cohen. So now they're going to look for new managers, they're going to look for new scouts, and they're going to look for a new GM. Luis Rojas is staying put as the manager of the Mets in 2021. If he does not pan out after this year, they'll just fire his ass. It's like they normally do. But it's the Mets.
I heard Trump.
You heard Trump what? Okay.
Probably managed the baseball team.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny, too. A little fun
I know,
story.
I'm a Canadian dick. I'm sorry. I'm a Canadian dick. I'm sorry. My
I know you are.
apologies.
I know. You smoke weed, and that's all you do. And you just say "hey" to every person you meet. I know. It's perfectly fine.
No, we say, hey, how's it going?
Hey, hey.
Hey,
Okay.
just gotta remember, legally over on his side of the border, though, you can have a couple plants and you can do it all as much as you want.
I can legally grow up to 6 plants, and nobody has anything to say about it.
No, they don't. Oh, and you know what? I will say this too. Stephen Cohen will have more money than the New York Yankees will in the last 20 years in one
And
offseason.
they'll have a better hairline than you do.
That's fine. At least I have hair.
Oh man, I was thinking about this now too. Actually, by the time that your wedding comes up, your new home of the Islanders might be open by that time.
Listen, I know that, and the Seattle Kraken, which I know Sean's like, I know, there's nothing to look forward to. I just want some players made. I want to get into hockey, but there's no players to talk about yet, other than just staff members. They don't even have a coach. Like, this is freaking ridiculous, man.
Hey, me and Bobby had this conversation earlier about the whole. Well, he has such a boner when it comes to Tavares, and he's so
Oh my
butthurt
God,
about
this
the
argument again.
So he brought it up like 10 times about how Tavares is overpaid.
Well, it perfectly
And I
explains your
was
salary cap.
no, okay. Let me explain here. So he was so butthurt, he's still butthurt about Tavares leaving the Islanders that he was like, yeah, you know what, Leafs are pretty much fucked because Tavares got this much amount a year, and whatever Toronto signed this year, it's all wasted money, basically. Ristolainen or whatever. Just what's the guy's name?
Montour?
Not a good douchebag he signed from Buffalo.
Oh, Darlene.
No, I'm talking about the Leafs when he
Oh,
signed the
Simmons.
guy.
Simmons.
No, from Buffalo.
What about Buffalo?
The guy they signed, that Leafs signed from Buffalo.
Oh, Taylor Hall.
Ristolainen.
What's the line? What about him? That was years ago.
Oh my dear. Okay. Anyways, he's so butthurt about Tavares and how much the Leafs pay him that he's like, oh, I wish I could hug you, Tavares, because you're my mentor. And by the
Well,
way,
how can I be butthurt about a player who has no playoff wins with the Leafs and the Islanders didn't even have to use him and got to the conference finals?
You talk about playoffs like you know where they are.
Well, it's a fact, and you're in denial because you're a stupid Leafs fan. How about that?
But you talk about playoffs like you know what it feels like.
Well, I know because I'm from Long Island and I'm also an Islander fan, so I know a thing.
No. You're a Sabres fan.
Yes,
right?
but I'm from Long Island. I'm also an Islander fan, and it's been like this for 25 years.
Don't insult the Leafs fans.
Don't insult the Leafs fan. Dude, you're fucking insulted every year in the playoffs. What the fuck am I saying? You've been insulted for almost 55 fucking years.
Bobby, do you need a hug?
No, I don't need a hug. You guys are
Are
just
you
sad. You guys are just sad.
I don't know. Your playoff record isn't great because you haven't made it.
Watch this. Sean, watch what I was going to say. William Nylander is going to get exposed by the Seattle Kraken in the expansion draft.
Yeah, they can
Or
take
Mitch
him.
Marner. Or Mitch
can
Marner.
have him. No. You don't get Magic Mitch. You can get your hands off him.
No, shut the fuck up. Mitch Marner is going to go to the Seattle Kraken by June or August, whatever the number is.
You're high on drugs.
I'm not high because at least I'm not delusional to say, oh, yeah, look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. They have these 4 great players and they overpay $11 million to win the Stanley Cup.
God, your arms are short.
I don't give a fuck.
Anyone want to revisit Kyle Dubas's first pick in the draft this past year?
Kyle Thomas! Kyle Thomas!
I don't agree with everything the guy does, but at the same time, Marner's not going anywhere.
Oh, then you're really stuck it out, buddy.
No, they can take Nylander and shove him up his brother's ass.
Well, at least Buffalo got a nice return for his brother. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, you know,
Oh
I
god.
don't know what nice is, but sure.
That's coming from a Leafs fan.
I'm just saying, I don't know if you get a nice return
Nice.
or like a discharge.
Right. But oh god, that NHL draft. I remember we did that 4-hour show about that.
Oh, goody. I remember that.
Oh man.
Sean missed everything. He missed everything. I didn't expect him to know much about the draft, but just making fun of the Leafs at the draft was just hysterical. Laughing at them in Columbus was just shaggery. And it's even more embarrassing that you were supposed to go to the playoffs with all that talent, and yet you get eliminated by a team that had less talent than you guys. Oh, and my favorite insult to Leafs fans: you lost to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Dang.
Hey, Bobby. I just have to say one thing.
What? Go ahead.
Playoffs.
So what? At least I didn't lose to a Zamboni driver.
You've never been there.
What do you mean? I've been there. I've been there numerous times.
No. When's the last time you were there?
Like 10 years ago. But who cares? I'm talking about right now.
No. I'm just saying. Don't talk about playoffs if you can't be there yourself.
Well, I'm also an Island fan, and they just actually went further than the Leafs. So you can
Austin
suck a shout.
Matthews
Oh, I
is better,
can't.
Michael.
The Seattle Kraken are going to be better than the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2 years from now.
That means they'll be better in Buffalo as well.
Well, that could be true too. But you know what? At least Seattle will actually have something to look forward to.
At least Austin Matthews will always be better than Eichel.
Jack Eichel will be better than Austin Matthews. In fact, I will say this. You know you're in trouble with a Leafs fan when he's just so butthurt about the conversation we had earlier today.
No.
Yes.
Come on, Tom. Weigh in on this. Weigh in. Come on.
No, do not weigh in.
Although,
Do not weigh in.
although I will say, at least the Maple Leafs were not stupid enough to take Yegor Chainikov. The guy with no stats who was like drafted like 7 rounds too early.
Wait. Didn't the Leafs draft a defenseman in the first round? No.
Oh no, they didn't. No, it was.
Yeah, we actually did. We actually did.
Yeah, not in the first round, buddy. You humiliated yourself.
Hey, Bobby. Austin Matthews up top, but Eichel down bottom, bud.
Eichel's a much better player.
All right. Come on. Be serious.
What do you mean be serious? The Leafs fucking suck. Why should I take anybody seriously for a team that not only got humiliated in the qualifying round to get into the playoffs by Columbus, but losing to a Zamboni driver and having a legacy of failure video come out within the same summer?
Did you actually get to go in the qualifying round, or?
Well, they could have if they were to play Montreal.
Oh, they could have, man. They could have, but they didn't.
Well, you didn't even make the playoffs, so da-da-da.
Right.
This goes to say, I'm just saying that you didn't even make the qualifying round.
Oh, the qualifying round. Like, the Leafs are so fucking special that you got eliminated in 5 games in your home turf.
Bobby, do you need a hug?
I don't need a hug.
I need you. Because you seem pretty upset.
I need you to go make yourself into a fetal position, into a ball, and suck your own dick. That.
All right, between the two worst draft picks of the NHL draft in the first round, who was worse? Basically, with Toronto, they ended up taking, of course, if everyone remembers, Rodion Amirov, and then of course Columbus takes Yegor Chainikov, and then actually Jersey had a bad pick too. So actually, who's the worst of the 3?
There's a fuck about Jersey. We're talking about the league.
I kind of feel like the pick that the Leafs made first round was a good pick. Dude, go look it up. Go look up what the Leafs picked up in the first round.
Yeah, I know, but still, that's funny that you actually think that the player that the Leafs picked up was actually.
Hey, look at the Leafs' first pick this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go search it. They got a good guy, a Russian
Yeah, but he
player,
was listed at 167 overall.
and but he's a good player though. Go look him up. Look up his stats. He's legit.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is that bottom line is you need defense, you go for a forward.
We already got defense.
And you wasted your money on the Sabres rejects.
Oh, Bobby, again, if you're butthurt about losing your Buffalo players and losing to Bears, if you need a hug, I'm always here.
Why? Why should I get a hug from a Leafs fan? A team that's Boston's bitch, the Zamboni drivers bitch, and the Columbus's bitch in the qualifying round. And here's a better one. How about all of the mediocrity? But let me ask you this. How many times have the Sabres and the Leafs met in the playoffs? Once. And you know who won that one playoff
Sabres
series?
have never been there.
Huh?
Sabres never been there, so that's the answer.
Yeah, and the Leafs think they're hot shit because they have no defense and no goaltending.
No, nobody said the Leafs were hot shit.
Well, look who I'm talking to.
I just think you need a hug, Bobby.
I don't need a hug.
Really?
I just think, listen, no, shut up. I just think Pekka Rinne is just too good right now. That's all I'm just saying. But anyway,
And Sean's thinking, when is the Seattle Kraken started so I can talk about them?
Sean's like, oh, can these two just shut the fuck up so I can at least talk?
I know. I'm sorry. Bobby never shuts up.
Although
I'm talking to a Leafs fan. How do you expect me to acknowledge that?
I will grab your hand and slap you with it, your own hand and slap you repeatedly.
although we can say at least, well, even though we joke about Amarov being a bad draft pick, at least we can say one thing though. At least the Leafs didn't go as bad as what Columbus did, because Columbus took somebody that was not even projected in the draft.
Well, why should we take
They
them
weren't
seriously?
even fucking supposed to be drafted.
As long as the Leafs have their car court.
It wasn't even like he had no stats on him. That was like the surprising thing when we looked at him. We're like, this guy's not even ranked. It's like, why do you pick somebody that's not even ranked?
A great
Yeah,
question.
but here's the thing, though. He'll probably be in 2 years. He'll probably be like a superstar. Everybody will be like, "Oh, what the fuck? We should have picked that guy."
The Leafs suck. That's all I'm just gonna say. Leafs fans are like sheep. They'll listen to anything that the Toronto media tells them and say, "Oh, this guy's a great player," and they'll say John Tavares is a great player, and he'll derail in a few years, and they'll take away his captaincy.
Keep talking about John Tavares. You sure you're not gay for John Tavares?
I'm not gay for John Tavares. I wouldn't be gay if
Are
I
you
was talking
sure?
about him.
Because
Yes.
you keep on talking about him.
Well, I'm almost certain that he plays for the goddamn Toronto Maple Leafs.
Do you want me to like tweet him and be like, "Hey, John, I got a long life fan here that doesn't stop talking about you."
Actually,
Probably
I
went
went to
your
the Island. I actually went to the Islander game when his first game back at the Coliseum against Toronto, and I was there to watch it and just harass the shit out of him and have the Islanders blow him out 6-1 and get called a snake and a traitor in front of hundreds and thousands of fans.
Did you have like a boner the whole time? You're like, oh, John, you're such a good boy.
No, that's Leafs Nation. They just coddled him after he got arrested. It's okay, John. The big bad New York media are just gonna harass you. Here in Toronto, we'll make sure you're happy. We'll even reward you with the captaincy.
You better hope I don't see you in public.
Why? What are you gonna do? Suck my
I'm gonna
dick?
throw you up in a ball, shove your head up your ass.
Jesus, this is the Sean. I'm sorry. This is the rivalry between Buffalo and Toronto, and I think you're self-aware of that.
In a nutshell, this is how it works.
I've been aware of that for years, and I'm not even that much into hockey.
Yet, but at this point forward, you will acknowledge that the Leafs and Sabres rivalry is pretty big right now. But you know what? I don't expect much from a Leafs fan because they have no room to talk.
No. You just feel like you're on the same level, but you're not.
Oh, I know we're on the same level. I just know for a fact the Leafs are never taken seriously. Even no matter how many players you sign or how many players you overhype to get there, they don't end up coming to your shit show team.
Well, you know, I again, you can't compare chalk to cheese, bud. You're chalk.
Well, I could just take this sticker and just write, Adam Fitzgerald is an absolute idiot. and just put your face on there.
You better hope I don't make my way to Long Island. I'll fucking shit on your face.
Dude, you're going to my wedding. Shut the fuck up.
Well, you better hope I don't come there sooner.
Well,
oh, man. Oh, God, that means I'm going to be meeting you at his wedding. So,
nice.
nice.
It's okay,
Yeah.
Sean.
Nice.
It's
Hey, you know
okay.
what? I apologize in advance, but I'm not that bad of a person. But Bobby
Bullshit! You're lying to everybody. You're such a lying motherfucker, and everyone knows it.
What? I'm a good person. You're just a Buffalo fan, and
I mean, you're a good person, but you're just a bitch when it comes to the Leafs.
no, you have a sickness. It's okay. You'll get over it.
I know. It's called Leafs post-traumatic syndrome.
Called I can't make the playoff syndrome.
Oh, okay. Well, at least I can say this. At least I don't overhype the media and say, Alex Pietrangelo to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Fuck, we're wrong. Let me put it this way. You are the New York Yankees of hockey, but the difference between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Maple Leafs is at least the New York Yankees could go out and spend money on players, unlike the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Okay, so basically, I'm Trump.
Oh boy.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you really doing this?
yeah. Basically, I'm Trump.
Although, actually, the Yankees have won titles.
Yeah.
But there were like, what, 3 teams?
No, I'm just saying. Basically, I'm Trump. Maybe I won. Maybe I haven't.
Well, I'll just say this. At least I'm going to compare myself to Abraham Lincoln. That's done great things for the city of Buffalo and has actually committed to the team, unlike being shitted on by the media. So let's just put it that way.
For a person that has very short arms, you have really long fingers.
I also have a pretty big ego.
Oh my God. But actually, another thing that happened this week too, and I know Bobby, you wanted to talk about this, is the reverse retro jerseys coming out.
Ah, yes, the reverse retro jerseys. Yeah, and it's funny because Fitz Dick over here and I have been talking about this for a couple of hours, and we were like, what's going to happen with these jerseys? And for those who don't know, the NHL is setting up a set of what they call reverse set jerseys, reverse retro. And supposedly, people are starting to acknowledge that the NHL is bringing back retro jerseys from like the last 50, 80, 90 years, and they're going to transform them into reverse color of that original jersey. And there's been different concepts of different teams, and I kind of want to go over an opinion about certain of them. And several jerseys have been leaked. Teams like Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Boston, and Vegas were leaked. And there was talks of Columbus changing their pants for next season too.
Yep. And I actually have one of the Buffalo concepts up on the screen right now too, where they're taking actually one of the logos that they had during the 96 to like 2007 era, where basically take basically the third jersey and transform it into the Buffalo colors, and essentially take what the red third jersey was and basically turn it into what we have here. And actually, I don't mind that concept.
I'll be the first to say that I think that the Buffalo concept is probably the best concept I've seen and out of the bunch.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I've got up right here, I would totally buy that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Me
the only
too.
thing I'd change, the whole jersey is take away the Buffalo part at the bottom. You don't need to express the fact that it's Buffalo Sabres. Everybody knows the swords. You don't need to have that at the bottom of the jersey.
Right. And I was gonna say, even with that look, I mean, and I have a red third jersey somewhere. I mean, I've got it stashed in one of my closets, but the thing I would say is that I like that whole like the goat logo that we had, and basically this logo. I absolutely loved it. I mean, and I get it, you know. I mean, the slug logo I absolutely hated. I will never buy anything with that. But this logo here, I would totally, if we were to ever switch back to this, I'd totally be fine with it, honestly.
No, it's cool. It's a good looking jersey. It is.
Yeah, and it's funny because I actually have a copy of that jersey in my closet.
So me and Bobby were discussing earlier about what the Leafs were going to do, and he said it was a jersey from the 70s, so it had to be like the Daryl Sittler fucking days, basically. And
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'd go to swords.
I love that. I love this one.
He wants the charging banana. Wait,
Yeah,
what,
put the
Sean?
banana. Do the charging banana.
Fuck the charging banana.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying, Sean?
Yeah, I'm saying I love this concept right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the old sabers, like 2000 sabers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say, like, looking at both of them, I mean, I don't get me wrong, I love that logo, but that logo looks so much better in black and red.
Yeah, hands down.
Absolutely.
I just that logo, the last logo you showed, like the charging the actual saber head.
Yeah.
That reminds me of my favorite goalie in history, which is Dominic Hasek.
Oh, you're a Leafs fan who just admitted his favorite goalie.
I already
is
told
Dominic
you
Hasek.
before.
Well,
I've
that's-
already
that's
told you
one of the
before.
greatest
Dom
of all
Hasek is
time.
my favorite goalie.
I expected you to have a low IQ and say Vesa Toskala, but whatever.
Why would I say that?
Because Leafs.
No. I've always loved Dom Hasek because of his weird goalie style and his weird charge the person at 60 miles an hour to take him out as they're coming down the ice on a breakaway.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I always loved his unorthodox style. I always loved it. Watch him play like he was,
Yeah.
And as I told Bobby before, my ex fiance, her great uncle used to play for the Sabres, and he played for the Leafs as well. His name was Don Luce.
Yes.
Yes. Good player in his time.
Yeah, and I think he's a scout for the Flyers. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's a scout for the Flyers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool for sure. But there's other designs that I want. Do you have the chart on you, Tom?
I'll have to get it, but here's
I
just
can-
but here's actually what the original red jersey looked like also, which I mean that's actually, even if they went back to that, I'd love that.
Oh
But
yeah.
why did they have to put Buffalo at the bottom? Like everybody knows who's playing.
Well, not everybody.
You don't need to put it on the jerseys at the bottom.
Right.
There you go, Tom.
Yeah, but let me see if I can find the actual.
I literally just sent it to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So.
Hey, Bobby, show him the Vegas one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Vegas one got leaked earlier today. I'm going to show that real quick.
So those are the colors that we were actually like talking about, what colors would go where and what it would do and stuff. And like the Vegas one Vegas shouldn't even be there because they're just bums. But anyways,
Yeah. So for anybody who wants to know, the jerseys come out on Monday.
yeah. And so the Vegas one is basically you're just using up another team. They're
The
not.
Las Vegas Thunder from the ECHL days.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's it. That's like.
Here's in your division, your future rival, Sean. Their ugly ass retro jersey, if you want to call it that, even though the team's not even 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a retro jersey just because they're there.
They just exist.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of dicks that get a chance to exist.
Well, it's funny because Adam here was saying that he hates the Golden Knights because he thinks it's unfair what they did with the expansion draft.
Yeah, exactly. There should be more Canadian teams.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Well, this is actually, I will say this. I would love to see Quebec City get a team again and have that rivalry between Quebec and Montreal. That's one of those rivalries I miss. I totally miss that rivalry.
It'd be a great fucking thing. Great.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
you
now-
want to do that?
Yeah.
The Florida Panthers.
Now they've got that new building in Quebec City. It's like, get them an NHL team. I mean, God, give them the Panthers for all I care. I mean, give them a team.
Well, I always said that you should have brought back the Nordiques,
Yeah.
but that's never going to happen. But at least give us another Canadian team. Like, we don't have enough. Like There's a reason why the Cup hasn't been in Canada for fucking years. Is because we don't have enough fucking teams to compete
Or
with.
maybe the Canadian teams just suck so much dick that they don't even know what the fuck they're doing, and they're just choking the playoffs. Listen, the Canucks
Oh
only.
no. I think the fact is that all the Canadian players have gone to U.S. teams.
Well, I'm sorry the Canucks made the Western Conference semis and lost in 7 to Vegas. And if they made it, the whole city of Canada or the whole country of Canada would jump on the bandwagon no matter what team was there. As long as the Canadian team is there.
How many Canadian players do you have in your team?
What?
How many Canadian players do you have in your team?
How many Canadian players do you have on the team?
On your team?
On the Sabres, there's about maybe 11. And on the Islanders, there's like.
Whoa, Jesus. There you go. See, Canada is everywhere.
Okay, there's Americans too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you have Canadian players on your team.
Oh, what? You have a Mexican American on your team. I'm just stating a fact.
I have a Mexican American on my team. Who's that?
Austin Matthews, you nimwit.
Viva la raza.
He's American. He's not a
Yes!
Mexican.
Yes, dipshit. His ethnicity is Mexican, just how like Sean is an American, but he's a Jamaican. He's black.
Oh, wait. Is that why he looks like Pablo Escobar?
What?
How did Pablo Escobar get brought into this?
God damn! I didn't realize you were blowing him that hard. You didn't realize he was a Mexican American.
You ever looked at Austin Matthews and look at the opening for Pablo Escobar on Netflix?
Why do you think he looks like? Why do you think he looks like a fucking mariachi?
God, Bobby, like.
Just put him on the mariachi hot sauce bottle.
Oh dear.
Holy God. Here, let's see. It's like, are we trying to say that he looks like this?
No, not even close.
Like drug lord?
No.
If you look at the actual Netflix series for Pablo Escobar, and you look at Austin Matthews last year in the playoffs with his mustache, they look identical.
Oh, okay. And this is coming from a guy who said that Austin Matthews was not Mexican, and he just thought he was straight American.
No, he's definitely not. I'm just saying he looked like Pablo Escobar in the Netflix series.
That is, like, if I were a Leafs fan and I heard you say that, I would be like, that is so insulting that you didn't even know that.
Luckily, I'm on a Buffalo fucking fan page, so nobody cares.
Yeah, but at least I know Austin Matthews was a Mexican American, you moron.
Right, like that picture?
There you go.
There's a pedophile mustache. There you go.
Yeah.
Pure delecto.
You gotta take all the coke, you bring me the coke, I do the coke.
What? Speak English. I don't speak French.
Oh, that's what it is. You do the coke, you put the coke down, you sell the coke.
Yeah, and you put it up your nose.
Hey, that's what happened in Scarface.
Yeah, you bring the coke, I distribute the coke, I sell the coke.
Imagine somebody actually watching this live and they say, oh my God, Coke. And they're holding a whole Coca-Cola bottle. Are they talking about that Coke?
Bobby, no, they're not.
Right.
Well,
right. It's like the movie Scarface that Tony Montana references right there.
Yeah. I just mean his mustache. Just a certain style mustache that made it look like Pablo Escobar.
bring up the mariachi guy and the mariachi hot sauce. And put Austin Matthews' face on it. I guarantee you they'll fit perfectly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, I haven't actually seen Scarface in a while. I'm gonna have to watch that again. I haven't seen that in probably.
Oh, it's great.
I haven't watched it.
It's great. It's great. I watched it like 2 days ago. Still as good as it was the first time I watched it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like, I mean,
Awesome
besides like how Tony Montana goes out at the end. I mean, just like the whole movie itself, great story.
Yeah. Say hello to my little friend. And he just unloads.
Man.
Yeah, but who could ever forget the chainsaw scene in that movie?
Oh,
Oh God! The first time I ever saw it, I'm like, holy crap! What did they do?
You're a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, and then it's like the biggest thing. He ends up getting that up. I'm like, oh god, I'm glad I ain't one of those guys right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that at least that we're actually educating a Leafs fan, know the difference between the fantasies.
If I had to get educated by you, I'd rather talk to my 5-year-old child.
Oh boy.
She told me that the sky was blue today, and she told me that her name was Sky.
Aw.
Oh wait.
So she educated me more than you ever have.
Well, I was gonna say, what's your other kid's name? Grass, because you said grass is green.
Wow.
You know, I'd slap you with your little short arms.
Dude, I'm small enough to punch you in the dick, all right, and make sure that they blow up your balls.
Wow. I just looked at this donation tracker again. It's up to almost 349,000. So it's actually jumped like almost $3,000 since we started the show an hour ago.
God damn.
Good
Good
going.
job, Bills Mafia.
I guess Bills fans are good for something.
Although Canada's good for something too, except we all said goodbye to Alex Trebek this week.
Oh, yeah, you know what? That's
That
fucking...
sucked hearing
Oh
that.
gosh.
Screw cancer.
You know,
Damn, he was like, I can tell you, any list I ever looked at, Trebek is always listed as number 1 or number 2 as the greatest game show host in history.
I just remember like watching Jeopardy, and when someone gave a wrong answer, he'd be like no douche, but he wouldn't say it, but you could just see that he was saying it, and he was just like, no. I just remember it like from childhood as being like, you're an idiot.
Right, but I'll tell you though, I mean, he did some really good stuff over the years. It's like that sucked hearing that. I mean, honestly, pancreatic cancer sucks.
Another piece of our childhood ripped away from us.
Yeah.
It is, man. Like the only thing we have left is Betty White. We lose her, the world's over.
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty White.
We can't lose Betty White.
I fear it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Oh no! If we lose Betty White, I swear to God, the world's gonna fall apart.
What about James Earl Jones? You forgot about him too.
No, nobody cares about him. Betty White is the trophy that we have to keep.
Yep.
If she dies, she dies.
No, Betty White can't die.
She's like the most loved woman actress of like all time.
I'm Betty White, and I'm 98 years old, and I can't remember when I had to take a shit earlier today.
Jesus.
That was the worst impression I've ever heard in my life.
Microwaves are for old fucks just like you.
But Betty White's an idol. She's like if you find an etching in a stone like 1,000 years ago, and Betty White probably put it there.
I bet you didn't even see any Betty White movies, and you're just saying that just to join a trend.
Golden Girls.
She's the only one that survived from that cast.
Yeah, like she's the Golden Girl of the Golden Girls.
Yeah, all the other people she was on that show with are all dead.
Yeah, everybody's dead besides Betty White, Bobby.
I know Betty White's alive. I'm just saying. She'll live a long time. I mean,
Hell, even when she was on shows with Mary Tyler Moore died like 10 years ago.
Yeah, like Mariah Carey, fucking everybody died, and she's still alive.
Yeah, as I say, B. Arthur died, Lucille Ball died, Mary Tyler Moore's dead, Rue McClanahan's dead. The person that played her mother on the Golden Girls is dead.
Oh.
Yeah, like everybody's dead. She's still like there.
Yeah.
Poor Betty White.
Yeah, we gotta keep Betty White. If we lose Betty White, we're done.
Oh.
I'm just saying,
The
Betty
thing is,
White will be
we still have
fine.
a whole month to go in 2020, and this year has sucked enough as it is.
We can't lose Betty White. If we lose Betty White in the last month, then that's like push the red button.
Man.
Push the red button. That's it.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's old.
Yeah.
She is old.
Yeah,
Gotta be
she's
in the
98. So she'll turn 99 on January 17th.
God damn, that's too much.
Gosh.
There's two people in the world, okay, Bobby? You can't lose. Okay? There's two people that won't die. There's Betty White and there's Chuck Norris. You can't lose either.
Chuck Norris will never die.
That's what I mean. Like
Real.
you can't kill Chuck Norris. He kills death.
Yeah. Yeah, and Chuck Norris is up there. I mean, he's 80.
Yeah, but
And
the
these
fucking
guys all
guy
don't
looks
look
like he's
80.
40 years old.
What's
Yeah,
the Dos Equis guy?
yeah. I mean, take a look. It's like, here we go. It's like, here's Chuck Norris like 5 years ago when he was like 75. I mean, and doesn't he look like he's maybe like late 40s,
Yeah,
50s?
he doesn't age. I'm telling you, he's like literally immortal.
Yeah.
Real.
And an interesting fact: if you go on Google and say "Where's Chuck Norris," just do it.
Yeah. So
Just search it, see what it says.
yeah, here we go. Oh yeah. Once again, no, Chuck Norris is not dead. so if you're really like,
But if you go on Google and you search "Where is Chuck Norris," it'll pop up and it'll say, "Google couldn't find that search. Chuck Norris, you don't find Chuck Norris, he finds you."
yeah, yeah. So I mean, and he's like another one that like totally defies the odds. But Betty White, man, if it's like let's hope she hits 100. Seriously,
No, she can't die. Like again, if she dies,
right?
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say for 98, she looks pretty damn good for 98.
Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, the other people that were on there, yeah, I mean, she outlived everybody. So,
Well, everybody on that cast, if you Google it, it looks like every person that actually had a part of that show, like
Mhm.
Golden Girls,
oh yeah,
is dead long ago, like 10, 20 years ago.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's see. B. Arthur, she died in 2009. So that was one of the castmates. Rue McClanahan died in 2010.
Yep.
The mother that was on the show, Estelle Getty, she died in 2008. so the three of the three of the four died all within 3 years of each other, and Betty White's still alive.
Yep, Betty White.
God bless her.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing though, it's like Betty White makes everything in the world better.
She does, and if we lose her, we're fucked.
Well, I will say this: is Roman Checkmatic is going to prison for fraud for 10 years. He's going to serve.
Dude, what did he do?
Roman Checkmatic?
Yeah, he's going to jail.
Damn.
Didn't he play for the Leafs?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, seriously?
That must be it then, I guess. You know, he played for the Leafs, so this must be why.
Well, I will say, I remember he played for the Flyers like 25 years ago.
Right.
No, he didn't play for the Leafs. Yeah, he played for the Flyers.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Andrew Raycroft.
Oh, you're fucking funny, Bobby.
I know. It's coming from a Leafs fan. I'm not surprised.
Oh, God. You know, I don't know how you're engaged.
Oh.
At least I am.
Boy.
Well, I was, but hoes be hoes.
Oh man.
That's okay. I know. It's okay.
I'm gonna steal your fiance. I'm gonna steal her. That's it. That's all
I know.
got.
You stated in a quote she's your favorite American. I know.
Yeah, and she already told me she'd moved to Canada to be with me, so you're fucked.
Oh, I know. Don't worry. He's not the owning most of the house.
She wants to get involved with the Canadian baloney pony.
Yeah, me and Tom were just sitting back and listening to all this.
I was thinking about the NFL power rankings right now. At least the Bills are number 6, so that's not bad.
Stephen A. Smith had them at number 2 early this morning.
I don't even. You know what? My Panthers have done so bad this year. I don't.
That's okay. And you know what's funny too is that Christian McCaffrey just came back from an ankle injury that kept him out for 2 months. He comes back in the Kansas City game, puts over 32 points in fantasy. Now, granted, I don't have him, but for the week after or a day after the Panther game, again when they lost to the Chiefs, he's out again with a shoulder injury, and he's considered week to week.
I was glad I had Josh Allen on my one fantasy team because, I mean, he ended up giving me 45 points this week.
The only thing that I like that's left on the Panthers right now is McCaffrey. And he'd be a gem for any team that needed a player like that, man. He's a diamond in the rough in a bad team.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know what? I will say don't lose hope because the Panthers are going to draft the quarterback.
Oh, I hope so.
They will. They're not going to rely on Teddy Bridgewater to be their guy. P.J. Walker isn't even a starter either. He was great in the XFL, but that's about it. But Teddy Bridgewater is not going to be the starter for long term. They're going to get a quarterback, and
I don't even think Bridgewater is that bad. But if you're on a bad team, you can't do good.
Right. I mean, look at Bridgewater, what he did when Drew Brees was out. I mean, he played really well for the Saints when he was down there.
He was god-awful.
Bridgewater's not a bad quarterback, man. It's just you put him in a fucking shit show. What do you expect to happen?
Right. When you have no offensive line and no protection up front. I mean,
yeah, he's getting fucking crushed every game. And I watched one game and I was just like, oh my god.
Right.
Like he had nothing. Like nobody was watching him. Nobody.
Right. And I actually like Bridgewater a lot. I mean, I was glad that he was given a chance to be a starter again.
Yeah. No, he looked good at the start of the season. Like he was doing all right, and then
the whole line went to hell.
You can only so many times you get fucking sacked that you're just like, oh fuck this shit.
Well, right. If you're getting sacked like 5 times a game, then
dude, the first, the second and third game or second and third week, he got sacked 3 times in the first game and 4 times in the next game.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because the Panthers have a pretty good defense around them. They drafted really well, but they need to fix up that offense. They need a legit number 1 wide receiver. I mean, DJ Moore is a good player. I like DJ Moore. And they need an offensive line and they need a quarterback. They have a lot of problems on offense.
Yeah, but see, the problem was fucking Bridgewater made a tweet on Twitter and said that basically, like, in the end, he was saying that like, he's sick of being a battering ram. So the next game,
yeah,
his team didn't have like 100% confidence in him because they were saying like he was saying that like, oh, my team's shit basically, and they just basically just didn't even protect him.
I mean, yeah, that's their fault for not drafting him because again, the GM, whoever I forget his name.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Panthers. Just listen.
Yeah, you're not talking about the same thing. Just shut the fuck up.
Anyway. I know.
So yeah, he basically made a tweet, and then the players were all pissed off because he made the tweet, and then he just let them get slaughtered the whole game.
Yeah.
They just pretty bad.
Line down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Panthers, like I said, they're going to draft the QB in the spring. I'm calling it now. They're going to draft Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. I'm calling it now.
No, they're not.
Yes,
no, they're not.
They're not that bad overall, but they desperately need a playmaker. They need a quarterback because Teddy Bridgewater is not.
They
he's
have
not
a good
terrible.
all-round team. I kind of feel like if they actually play the way they're supposed to play, they would have went at least first round. At least.
It's possible, but I mean, due to their credit, Matt Rule's not that bad of a coach. I think he's a really good coach. He's a good motivational speaker. But it's just that Ron Rivera was just way out of his prime, and he was way overdue to be fired years ago. And the Panthers finally had the balls to get rid of him last year. And now he's doing pretty decent for his help in Washington. And Carolina got a young college football coach that will just pretty much thrive on defense. But again, it's going to be up to them to decide if they're going to go for a quarterback either free agency or through the draft. Because if they're going to structure a team like
Carolina goes back a lot.
Because you have to remember, you're in a division with the Buccaneers. You're in a division with Drew Brees.
We're fucked.
Yeah, the
Bucs
got by 35.
But at least you're not the Falcons. At least you didn't blow 3 games in a row.
So, anyways,
the
question I'll ask.
And Quinn.
The question I'll ask is, how's Cam Newton doing in the Patriots uniform?
He's god-awful.
Yeah, Belichick's got his first under 500 season like ever since he started with the Patriots. I mean, although Belichick was crap in Cleveland because I mean he never played well there, but I mean,
But that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
The thing I always said right from the beginning was Cam Newton was never an all-star quarterback. He never was, never will be. He was always a mediocre quarterback. The only thing he had going for him was the fact that he could run. He could run the ball.
right. I mean, and look what happened when we played New England 2 weeks ago. I mean,
Exactly.
basically we stopped the run.
Yeah, all you got to do. That's literally all you got to do. If he can't throw the ball and he can't run, then he can't do shit.
No, he can't. And ever since he had that severe ankle injury or leg injury, whatever it was that kept him out last year, his confidence got completely shattered.
Right. He's never been the same since that.
No. And the fact that Patriots took a gamble on him just further shows the Patriots need a quarterback. They're not keeping Cam Newton after this year. I guarantee you that.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is-
They signed him for 1 year. They'll cut him at the end of the year. They'll just let him go.
The Patriots
The
are not
only
pushing him.
The only reason that Cam Newton did as good as he did when he did with the Panthers was the fact that he had a line fucking in front of him that was so impenetrable that you couldn't break through it with a maul. The line was so big, and it was so like he could work with it.
Right.
He had 30 seconds at least to fucking do what he wanted with it.
Yeah, they had like
Right?
neck
There was nobody.
up front.
There was nobody going to break through that line. Nobody.
Right.
That's the reason they did so good that year.
Yeah, and then on top of that, look at the defensive. Look at the D line they had. I mean, that was even better. On top of it,
That's what I mean. All he had to do was stand up,
right?
and nobody could break through it. Nobody.
Right. I mean, even if we were looking back at that time, if Teddy Bridgewater was in the league when Newton had that really good year, I mean, Bridgewater would have had the same success probably.
Oh fuck! He probably would have fucking took him all the way.
Better.
Yeah. Cam Newton can throw, but he can't throw precisely. So he can throw like short plays up to 30, 40 yards, but he can't throw precisely over that. He can't.
No.
Right. And then we look at Josh Allen. He's got a cannon for an arm, but he can actually make those throws.
I had doubts about Josh Allen when I first seen him, but then I watched fucking videos of him, like the preciseness of his fucking throws at over like 30, 40 yards. It was like pinpoint every time. It was never like, oh, you're over to a side 2 yards to get it. It was always like right in your chest. And
Oh, yeah.
And Allen's just getting better and better. So I mean, there's no limit for what he can do.
Well, if you got the right receivers too, right? So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now that we're finally at that point, I mean, now it's really just we got to fill some depth players, and then we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you need a few extras just to back them up just in case. But other than that, like I don't think you guys need anything other than that.
Right. Maybe like throw another linebacker, another cornerback in there, but
well, I mean,
Yeah.
they could have done that at the trade deadline, but they didn't even do anything about it, which is embarrassing. But I think, though, the Bills are in – I mean, long-term, they're in a very good situation. I mean, they have a great quarterback. They got 3 good receivers. Stephon Diggs is an animal on the Bills. And on top of all that, all they have to do now is just grab more players from the Panthers, and you're all set.
right.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where Buffalo fans are just like, oh, another player from the Panthers. And then another theory came up is that because if you have so many players that come in from the same team, it tells you that the players are engaged with the coaching staff and they're comfortable within a certain system.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, obviously what you got from the Panthers is pretty good, so it's doing you well. So.
Yeah, the biggest mistake the Panthers ever did was getting rid of Sean McDermott.
Well, everyone knew that was going to happen at some point. If we didn't take him, he was good. He would have been a coach in the league somewhere else.
He was going somewhere else. It didn't matter if he went to Buffalo or he went somewhere else. He was going.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
There was no choice.
Yeah, if we didn't take him, someone else would have grabbed him the same year.
And I think Bills fans should be very lucky.
You guys are fucking lucky to get a guy like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Like the guy wanted out anyways. There was no stopping him from getting out. There was no, he was going. So
yeah, I mean, we hit jackpot on that one because I mean McDermott, he's totally turned this team around, and I mean, yeah, has he had a couple questionable coordinators? Sure. I mean, look at what happened in his first season, but after that, I mean, everything's really turned around in a nice way, and I mean, he's getting us to where we're consistently in the playoffs, and it's like the way we're playing right now. Let's see, it's what is 4th season now? It's like 3 out of 4 years in the playoffs.
3. This is his 3rd year.
he's like he'll be lights out for you. He'll be lights out.
Absolutely. And I'm not.
Like,
And,
the guy like when he played for the Panthers was like he didn't get his due and he didn't like it, right? He didn't like the fact that he didn't get to play the way he wanted, and the coach and him didn't get along. So that's what killed it mostly.
Yeah, actually, Bobby, it is his fourth season because his first season was 2017.
oh yeah, you're right. I was thinking of Josh Allen for a minute, but because you said McDermott, yeah, you're right. I'm telling you, like I said, I know it was bound to happen for McDermott to get a coaching job opportunity elsewhere, whether it was Buffalo or another city. The fact that is that the Panthers could have just simply declined him and said, sorry, Buffalo, he's not available. And then they would have gotten another mediocre coach. But the fact that Carolina was absolutely having to get another job in the NFL, it clearly shows that the Panthers are up to something and they wanted to do a different direction. But you can't take away the credibility that he's put within the Panthers in the Super Bowl. I mean, he was the guy that got them to be where they wanted to be 5 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl against Denver. He was a big part of their contributor. And a lot of the players that were on the Bills defense now were already on that Super Bowl team. I mean, Mario Addison, freaking Josh Norman. I mean, how much more can you go? Star Lutulele. All these people were on the Panthers when they went to the Super Bowl 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, they literally had the best defensive line in all football for fucking however long, but they lost piece by piece by piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But when we look at the overall system, though, I mean, literally, it's been plug and play for everybody here. I mean, literally, we could have, like, third guy step in, and we're still doing okay. So it's what I mean. Like, he's got the system in place now. Now it's just a matter of getting the players to fit it.
The one player I never liked on Carolina that everybody's like, oh, yeah, that guy, Luke Kuechly. I fucking hated him. I thought he was lazy. Mm-hmm. I thought he was fucking useless. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, he's such a great player. Nope. Terrible.
Luke Kuechly is like one of those love it or leave it players, like, in all honesty. I mean, there are good things that people can say about, like, what he's done, but then, like you're saying, I mean, there's people that absolutely can't stand him.
No, well, the guy, like, literally, try to knock the guy over, not happening. The guy is like a stone wall. But he doesn't – once he does what he's supposed to do, he doesn't do extra. And that's what you need. You need a player that does his job and plus needs to go the extra mile, especially with a team with the Panthers. You know? You lose your defensive line, you're fucked. And this guy literally just – every game I watched the guy, he did his job for the split second, and then that was it. He was just like, oh, fuck this. And
right.
Cam Newton get fucking sacked. And just like, that was dumb.
Yeah. But, I mean, just thinking about McDermott now, I mean, of course, he ended up signing the extension in August. So, I mean, he's here through 2025. And right now, I mean, just to kind of give an idea, I mean, 4 seasons in, I mean, and the season's not even over yet by a long shot yet. But, I mean, right now he's at 32-25 in his coaching career, and he's got a .561 winning percentage. I mean, that's impressive considering the roster of coaches we've had over the last 20 years.
Well, considering the teams that he coached the Panthers team at their best,
mm-hmm.
and he coached them at, like, their worst.
Right.
And in between as well. And he still managed to get wins here and there, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
He kept it consistent.
Yeah.
He was never a bad coach.
Right. Yeah, the 2018 season, I mean, when we had that 2-7 start and then we ended up finishing 6-10 when we had no defense whatsoever, and then of course we had a crap offensive roster. I mean, the fact that we were able to still, finish out strong and then still come back the very next season, get 10 wins and go into the playoffs again. And then right now, every indication is we are going to the playoffs. So, I mean, right there, 3 out of 4 seasons in the playoffs, I'll take it.
Pretty impressive when you think about it. But because that's the thing is the Bills are not a team in this millennium to normally go to the playoffs. Cleveland is a different story. But Buffalo in the last couple of years has really transformed the culture from getting rid of all these shit coaches they've had for the last 15, 16, 17 years. Then McDermott comes over from Carolina and just completely changes the complete entire culture in Buffalo in a complete 180. And it's almost like everybody now wants to go play with Josh Allen. Everybody wants to go play for the Bills. But You can't keep everybody, but everybody wants to go to Buffalo and play for them.
Right. And that's something you would have never seen 5 years ago. I mean, even when we had Rex Ryan here, nobody wanted to play with him.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Oh God,
Fuck him.
overrated coach. Oh yeah, how are the New York Jets? Oh yeah, wait, they lost again.
Oh my God. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. What were you
The
gonna say?
Jets are 0-9.
0-9.
Biggest mistake.
Flew the league.
The biggest mistake
New
the
England.
Jets ever made was getting rid of Robbie Anderson. Dude, the Jets undervalued Robbie Anderson, and he's one of the leading receivers in the top 5 in the NFL right now, and the Panthers have him. What does that tell you?
Oh, tells you something, I guess.
Oh, he was Sam Darnold's best wide receiver for 2 years. And Joe Douglas, because he has such a big ego, and he thinks because he came from a winning organization in Philadelphia or in Baltimore, he thinks because he was the director of personnel for those 2 teams, he thinks he could just go to New York, get all these assets, trade Jamal Adams, and then let Robbie Anderson go. And then he's just like, oh, I regret it. So it's almost like, you know, you need wide receivers, and the Jets refused to take it. So instead, they went after Mekhi Becton over guys like Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, CeeDee Lamb, and etc. All these guys were in their Jets' grasp, and they passed up on them, and they took Mekhi Becton.
How? Okay, this is confusing me. I haven't paid attention much to it, but how are the Steelers 8-0?
The Steelers are an amazing defensive team. And
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger.
I understand that, but Jesus Christ, I didn't think you were going to go 8-0.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you have a great coach, you have a great defense. Ben Roethlisberger is just playing lights out.
Well,
because
yeah,
he knows.
he's a beast. He's always been lights out.
Yeah,
there.
Roethlisberger has always been consistently good. I mean, Tomlin, I think, has been suspect at times because, I mean, there's times I would have even thought that Tomlin would have been let go, but the Rooneys never fire anybody, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
plus,
whatever they're doing is fucking right. Holy fuck.
Yeah. But this past Sunday, I thought they were going to lose. To
Yeah,
Dallas.
I did too, because I watched the game. And
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah,
I was like,
but-
yeah, they're going to probably lose. And no, not a fucking chance.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I would have, honestly, I would have never thought Tomlin would have gone 8-0 at any point in his career, but hats off to them. I mean, that defense is really freaking great right now.
Yeah.
It's
we
insane.
got to face
It's
them later
insane.
in the season.
They were holding them in to like fucking 2-3 yards at a time, and I was like, how are they doing it? Like they couldn't move.
Yeah.
It was insane. They couldn't move.
Yeah, literally, they got that Iron Curtain defense again or something because, I
Oh,
mean,
dude, it's
Oh,
unreal. Like
Lord.
they couldn't literally get a yard or two. Just you know how you get like, oh, I needed a yard to get first down.
yeah,
They couldn't even get They couldn't even fucking get close to it.
right. Half the time you're getting driven backwards for a loss.
Yeah, they were going back 3-4 yards at a time, and I was just, holy fuck, man! Like synchronized. Their
Oh, yeah.
defensive line is so synchronized that like I can't see anybody beating them. Like it was insane.
it's very possible they could very well lose, but who the hell knows? I mean, the Steelers deserve every credibility that they should be getting,
Yeah.
considering the fact that they drafted so well for the last 10, 15, 20 years.
Oh, dude,
They've been
their
consistently
team-
great.
Their team set up for like the next 10 years.
Yeah.
They have so much shit in their system that like they're set up like for
Right.
years.
Well, the other good thing too is that they have a consistent system in place, and they don't have that huge turnover like we see on other teams. I mean, they've got players, they want to be there, but the great thing is that coaching staff, they keep it very consistent. I mean, last time they really changed out anybody is, I mean, when Dick LeBeau left, and then of course Todd Haley, which that was the best thing that they ever did was firing his ass, because I mean, Todd Haley was a complete like opposite of what was working with Roethlisberger, and then of course the two of them hated each other. So I mean, they, of course, obviously Roethlisberger won out, and then once they got rid of Todd Haley, I mean, Roethlisberger has come back into his prime again.
Yeah.
I'd say, though, the Steelers
be
don't
good.
really spend a lot of money in free agency, and they've drafted very well for the last, like, 4 or 5 years. They barely ever spend money.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They draft smart and they fucking pick players smart. They don't go after like they go after smart picks. They don't go after, you know, like the big money picks that
Right.
everyone else is going after.
Yeah, they're not the
They go
flashy
under
picks,
radar.
but they fit so well into the system that literally, I mean, Tomlin's got like 5-6 players at each position that he could just throw right in and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, he could have two injured players in one position and be like, oh, I got 3 more. just to throw in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and thinking about it too. I mean, look at the emergence of Juju Smith-Schuster. Holy God.
Yeah. Well, if there's one thing I will say, if there's one player on the Steelers that really stood out to me this year, and I took him in the free agent market when I was able to, and boy, did I pick him up, was Chase Claypool, the proud Canadian boy from Abbotsford, British Columbia. The true Canadian boy is kicking ass with the Steelers right now.
Claypool is very impressive this season.
Oh,
Really
dude,
impressive.
he's gonna turn heads for years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Steelers are not letting him go. Anything.
No, definitely not a chance. Claypool's a monster. And you know what's funny? I actually wanted the Bills to take him, but the Steelers had a higher pick than them, and they ended up taking Chase Claypool. And the minute I saw that pick go, I was like, damn it! Because I really wanted him. And the Steelers picked up Chase Claypool, and he's a stud on with Ben Roethlisberger.
He filled that need perfectly.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You can't take away credibility from what the Steelers have been able to accomplish in the last 20 years. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they don't take the sexy picks, but they do some really good picks.
Absolutely. And that's probably why they've been so successful.
Yeah. And even after they cut Antonio Brown, I mean, they have no problem.
Oh God, don't even say his name.
Oh,
That
yeah.
guy,
Yeah, he didn't do anything with Tampa this weekend, so.
nope, not even the slightest.
Antonio,
Brady got handed his
one-sided.
his worst
Oh,
blowout
my
loss ever.
Gosh.
Man.
supposed to be the beast of the East.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yo, and get this. That was Tom Brady's worst loss since Week 1, 2003, when they was
he killed him.
face against.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was a sight to see.
I know. And then I'm thinking about it's like, Gronk, why did you come back? Gronk looks like ass all year.
I got a buddy. He told me at the start of the season he's a Jaguars fan. He's like, "Oh, the Jaguars are going to take the division." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
If anything, your buddy needs to worry about is tanking for Trevor Lawrence.
Jaguars fans are literally hiding away.
Right.
I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, the last thing they need to worry about is outbeating the Jets for Trevor Lawrence. That's the biggest thing they got to worry about going forward.
You know, the saddest thing
because the Jets are still winless.
The saddest thing I've ever seen is the NFC East. And when I think about it, the whole division is led by the Eagles at 3-4.
That East has sucked for a long time.
It's the saddest division in like all of football.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely the worst division.
Yep.
And they're supposed to be good teams. You got the Eagles, you got Washington, you got Cowboys, you got Giants, and they're all sad,
It's true. And I had a lot of high hopes on the Eagles this year, but
I did too. I thought they were gonna fucking be like fucking at least 7 wins.
Nah, not this year. I've heard a lot.
I thought they were gonna get 7 wins at least.
I've heard a lot of Eagles fans because one of my groomsmen at my wedding is a huge Eagles fan, and he's like, "Oh, they should get rid of Carson Wentz, and Doug Peterson needs to go." And I said, "Well, what are you gonna do if you get rid of Carson Wentz?" And he told me that, "Oh, they should draft the quarterback in the first round, or no, better than second." And I said to him in April when they took Jalen Hurts was probably the oddest thing they ever did with Howie Roseman. They looked completely lost in that draft, and I said, "Why did you take Jalen Hurts in the second round when you have Carson Wentz?" And he was just in utter disrespect that Carson Wentz got from that moment. It told me from that moment forward that the Eagles were going to be moving in with Jalen Hurts, and there was just no shot of Carson Wentz to redeem himself. And the dude is always hurt. He's got a great arm, but he's always hurt.
Right. I mean, he's already taken a bad concussion in his career.
I mean, it's bad enough that they have a corrupt offensive line, and they have a corrupt defense. The Eagles are just an utter shit show.
Yeah, by far. Here's the other thing too. Is like for the Jets themselves, when are they going to fire Adam Gase?
Never.
They never will. They never will. Never will.
Yeah.
Adam Gase is a fucking disaster. I don't know why they.
Yeah, he leaves Miami. Look at Miami right now; they're at 5-3.
Yeah,
They've actually been surprisingly okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say it? I think the most consistent team, from my little bit of knowledge when it comes to the NFL, the most consistent team in my mind is the Saints.
Yes.
Yes.
They're consistent as fuck. They're always they win every year the same amount every year.
Mhm.
And they keep it up, man. They don't fucking
Yeah.
tank a season. They're always consistent.
Right. They usually win like 60 to 80% of their games. And I mean, they always have a consistently good defense, a consistently good offense. I mean,
Yeah.
Drew Brees is at the end of his career practically, but he's still playing good.
Dude, the guy can still fucking chug. He can still chug fucking balls at the fucking field.
He's going to the Hall of Fame no matter what happens.
Yeah,
But
and he deserves to go there.
the biggest problem with the Saints is they have to figure out what they're going to do with the quarterback position once Drew Brees retires. Because once he retires, they're going to be mediocre. And Drew Brees is a big part of their offense, let alone their identity. So the Saints are going to have to make up for that once he
But
retires.
no, dude, he's that's another team that can fucking live off their fucking defense because they're still a good team with a mediocre quarterback.
Right. I mean, even when Bridgewater was in there, I mean, he was able to pick up the slack and he had no problem. And the defense had no problem working with that team. And then even the offensive line adjusted. So, I mean, they can definitely find somebody. Like, even if they get, let's say he's not like a top tier quarterback, but let's say you get just an average quarterback that can run the offense fairly well.
Get a Cam Newton. You get a fucking winning team right there.
Absolutely.
Actually, he would probably fit in really good down there, honestly.
I don't know. I mean,
Because the Saints have a good fucking front end, man. They're consistent. They don't fucking they're always their coach is always on the same aspect of having the same plays, the same system, and same whatever. So like the quarterback comes in there, like he could throw fucking 3 touchdowns a game and win a game, like easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their defense has won games for them plenty of times. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so consistent. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know, like, 100% about much about football, like a lot. But what I can see from the last few years I've been watching it is that the Saints are like literally the most consistent team that I've seen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, and Sean Payton's not going anywhere, so they're going to have the consistent coaching staff for several years to come yet.
Oh, for years.
Yep.
Are we just going to just talk about the Saints without not mentioning Alvin Kamara?
Yeah, I just brought up Kamara.
Alvin Kamara's a monster. He's
Yeah.
easily a top 5 running back in the league,
Yeah,
hands down.
Well,
and the fact that
that's what I mean, though. Like, they have the secret weapons, and they have their own whatever they have to begin with. Like, their whole back end, their whole front end is fucking solid.
Yeah, I mean, they have good wide receivers. They have good tight ends. I mean, they have really good players in that system. I mean, it's almost like that comparable is Pittsburgh. I mean, they're not the sexy picks, but they're smart picks, and they have a good, solid coaching staff.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the Saints could go much further into the playoffs this year if they are able to stay healthy. Because there have been moments in the last, 12, 13 years where after they won Super Bowl 44 against Indianapolis, the Saints were just never able to make it to the dance. And the closest they got to, if everybody remembers, and I'm sure we all do, is 2 years ago when they went to the NFC Championship game and they got fucked over by the refs from the pass interference call against the Rams.
That was bullshit.
That was horrible.
Yeah, it's true.
A blatant pass interference, and it wasn't even called.
Well, there's 2 things in the way. You have that, and you have the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, the Vikings are falling apart, though.
The Vikings are their bitch. Let's just put it that way. They beat them with Stephon Diggs, and they beat them with Kyle Rudolph. Both times.
The Vikings won't even make it to the playoffs.
The Vikings beat the Saints twice in the playoffs in the last 4 years.
Yeah, but they won't make it to the playoffs this year, so.
Oh, I know that.
No.
But
yeah, I mean, Stephon Diggs, thank you, Buffalo, for taking him because they lost part of their receiving core.
Yeah.
biggest mistake the Vikings have made in recent memory, but trading away Stephon.
Worst trade ever for the Vikings.
I wouldn't say it's the worst.
The best trades that the Buffalo Bills made, though.
Absolutely. There's no chance in hell Stephon Diggs is going anywhere in Buffalo right now. I can guarantee that.
They're going to lock him up for years.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. And he's still young, too, which is I'm very excited about. And they think – and Vikings fans – it's so funny because Vikings fans are under the illusion that, A, Justin Jefferson would be better than Stephon Diggs.
That ain't happening.
And B, they think that Kirk Cousins is better than Josh Allen. And both those times –
either.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins isn't bad, but he's not Josh Allen.
Right.
No.
Right, and all Minnesota has to remember, Anthony Barr, remember when Josh Allen hurdled your ass?
Oh gosh. An all-pro linebacker.
Yeah. I'm still looking back at that play. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Josh Allen, welcome to the NFL. You just showed something. That was his statement right there. It's like,
You just hurdled the person.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that was Josh Allen's way of saying, I'm here, bitch.
A rookie doing that to an all-pro veteran.
Oh yeah, that was a fist. That was a fist in the ass.
Yeah, that was a giant middle finger to all the haters right there. He's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I ain't going anywhere.
I'm sure when he fell to the ground, he was like, "Oh my God, my career is over."
I'm just excited that the Bills even have a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna call the Saints right to the finals this year. I'll call it right now.
You think the Saints are going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think they will.
I'm gonna say if everything goes to plan, my projection for the Super Bowl, if it were to start today, it's going to be Kansas City against Seattle.
That'd be a really nice matchup, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't think Buffalo has a shot. It's just they were really weak in the week 6, and they were completely tired after the Titans screwed them over for the whole COVID-19 crap. And all of a sudden now, the Bills are back in form from what it looks like. And
I call Saints and Bills.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Could you imagine Buffalo actually makes the Super Bowl this year? Oh my God.
Well, if I'm right, you owe me like $500. That's the bet. $500.
We still need to clean up on defense.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though we dropped 44 points on the Seahawks, our defense still gave up 34 points.
It's not a long shot, man. It's not. It's literally like.
I mean, they've got the talent to do it. It's just we got to have things fall the right way.
Yep.
I mean, as long as
it all depends on the matchups too, right? So certain matchups when it comes into playoff time, like Bills match up better with certain teams. If you match up with a fucking team that you can't beat, as in like like a Steeler type team or something like that. Like I can't see the Bills beating the Steelers in a playoff match. I can't.
Steelers defense is way too good.
Yeah. Oh man, it's unreal. It's unreal. And whoever can beat the Steelers in the playoffs, man, Godspeed.
Right. I was almost thinking if like even one of the matchups I throw out there is Pittsburgh versus Seattle and have a rematch of that Super Bowl.
Well, if the playoffs started today, the Bills would be playing the Dolphins in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, take the Dolphins.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
That's an easy win for you guys.
Yeah.
Or Indianapolis, for that matter. They can play either Indianapolis or Miami.
Well, Indianapolis.
If it's the Dolphins, you'll fucking outthrow them by a long shot. Allen would fucking tear them apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Owen's not been doing a whole lot. I mean, he's only played a couple games now as a starter. I mean, and granted, I mean, he's already taken a number of sacks. So.
Yeah, and plus Josh Allen has Miami's number.
Right. And if you said the other option was the Titans.
No. I do not want to play the Tennessee Titans in the playoffs.
No.
Oh, God, no.
No. Not with Derrick Henry.
Tennessee would be a dangerous team.
I was gonna say the Titans would be a little bit more strenuous for you guys.
Right.
Oh boy, I would not want to play the Tennessee Titans.
Run yards against them.
Not the Titans.
Shot.
Definitely not the Titans.
Let me just say this before I cut out because I gotta freaking go to bed because of work life.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, if somehow, some way the Bills do make the Super Bowl this year, I would love for them to go against Seattle. I'm just saying.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, and I enjoyed when we played them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that would be interesting. That would be a really nice fucking Super Bowl.
Right.
Oh,
yeah, because I mean,
awesome.
Seattle can do a lot of things offensively, but I mean, our defense totally contained Russell Wilson, and we contained DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
I mean, considering that we have the ability, even though we weren't playing man-to-man, we were playing zone coverages, and then they were throwing blitzes at us. But the fact that we can contain them and we were able to beat a good NFC team,
mm-hmm.
I mean,
I kind of feel like Seattle's better when it comes to like if you had to play the Titans in the first round. Like that would, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like you could take the Titans, but it'd be like a 1-2 point game. It'd be so fucking close.
Honestly, I would not want to play Tennessee right now.
No, the Titans are beasts, but at the same time, I kind of feel like you could compete with them because you have Allen, but
yeah. But I'll tell you, Vrabel, he's proven to be a pretty damn good head coach. I mean, he's got a lot of good things in place for him. We're down there.
Yep.
Oh, fuck yeah. Titans are fucking no joke.
Yeah,
no
they're
joke.
a legit team. I mean, they've turned it around. I mean, they are definitely a legit team. And Tannehill's actually been playing pretty well. So,
Yeah.
You just better hope that you don't have to fucking meet the Steelers at any point.
I think the Bills actually could beat the Steelers. Actually,
No, dude, no, there's no way.
absolutely, they
No
absolutely can.
way.
I mean, the thing. I mean, if they can, if the Steelers, I don't know, if Dallas can nearly beat them, like nearly. Maybe.
But look at their games, though. You're right, though. You're right because, like, look at their games. All their games are pretty close. But the last, like, 3 games they played, they were, like, 24-16, 24, like, pretty close within a touchdown.
right.
But they're fucking – it's the start. They're only getting points off, like, their third downs. They're fucking getting trashed by their defensive line after, like, they can't get any yardage. They're getting fucking crushed.
Oh, absolutely, we know that. But
looks like the game's close, but look at the actual, like, the what's going on. They're actually getting crushed.
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
Yeah. But thinking about the defense, though, I mean, one of the things that Cincinnati came out and said today, flat out, Zach Taylor said, you don't see mistakes on tape with the Steelers' defense. I mean, that's how they are.
You don't.
Yeah. And even with anything, I mean, their pass defense is great. Their run defense is great. It's almost like what you have to do is you kind of have – I don't even know how you address it. I mean, literally, I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, the Cowboys did it the best. Though, if you look at it, the Cowboys did it the best because they picked and they picked and they picked. But they did the right thing though. They picked and they picked and they picked until they got touchdowns, and they got through like basically. But at the same time, they still ate dirt just like every other fucking team that played them.
Yeah. I mean, and the way that they're set up, I mean, third in yards per play. I mean, first in rushing yards, first in average yards. I mean, if anything, I mean, maybe go after the pass defense a little bit because that's where they tend to suffer a little bit. But overall, as a whole unit, I mean, toughest defense in the league.
Yeah, you have to get dirty touchdowns. It's dirty fucking touchdown.
Right.
So you have to crush them in and get them in, and if you don't get them. It's just
like I said, I'm pretty confident the Bills can beat the Steelers if they can play conservative defense. But we'll see how it goes come December because they do play on Sunday Night Football in I think Week 14 in Buffalo, which is not that far really.
Yeah, actually, I'll bring up the bill schedule just so we kind of have an idea of who's left. But I mean,
yeah, we still got the Cardinals.
Yeah, we got the Cardinals this coming Sunday.
Cardinals would be a little bit of a test too.
I don't know about that game.
Cardinals are an interesting team. I mean, they're 5-3 right now out in the West, and they've actually been playing pretty strong. I mean, they've got a good. They're like another like comparable. I would say they're almost like Miami in a sense, except a better version of them. I mean, they have a better defensive system. They have a better offensive system, and I mean, they have some good. They have some good pieces on that offense. I mean,
they got a good run game. They got a really good run game.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of like similar thing to what we've seen before. But then after the Cardinals, then we have then we have the bye week, and then it's the Chargers. Then we play San Francisco, which of course San Francisco's hurt this year.
Well, so. you'll beat them every week.
If Miami can beat them, so can we.
Yeah, exactly. But December 13th, that's when we play the Steelers here at home. And that's an 8:20 p.m. game, so that's going to be a Sunday night game.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. I'm very confident the Bills can beat them.
Yeah, and then after the Steelers, then we have the Broncos and the Patriots, and then there's the playoffs.
They could do it.
Broncos, you'll beat the Broncos. You'll beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
Steelers up in the air.
Yeah, we can definitely beat the Patriots again.
Oh yeah.
And you'll definitely beat the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. So
You know what? I wouldn't fucking push it too far. I'm telling you, Miami ain't no joke.
right.
Never
They had a slow start, but they really came back.
Yeah, they're on a winning streak right now.
But to be fair, a lot of their wins came from when Ryan Fitzpatrick was the quarterback. And I'm not taking anything away from Tua, but to me, he's too inexperienced to be a starter at this point. I know Josh Allen was doing it in the Wolves in his rookie year. I get it. But the Dolphins literally fired Ryan Fitzpatrick for having a great season just to bring in Tua. And he comes in and obliterates the Rams.
Yeah.
And they go up against the Cardinals, and they beat them by a field goal. It's not like the Cardinals are any much of a pushover either. I think both Miami and Arizona are anywhere near being a joke. Miami, I make fun of because Miami just fucking sucks in general. But if you took away the wins from Ryan Fitzpatrick from those games from earlier this year for the Dolphins, including the Bills game in Week 2, your chances are the Dolphins at best would be like 3-6 with Tua right now.
Right. Oh, yeah. And I mean, and Tua has not looked that great in those games that he's been playing. I mean, granted, he's inexperienced, but I mean, you got to give Fitzpatrick credit for those wins because he got wins when they needed it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd be more concerned about Arizona, so I would Miami.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
totally. I mean, Arizona is not a pushover team by any means. I mean,
Miami's no pushover either.
Yeah.
But I'd still be more concerned about Arizona than I would be on Miami. So
that's true.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I would say, like Super Bowl matchups. I mean, it'd be very interesting because I don't think honestly the Bills will get to that point this season. I do think we have the ability to get there in the very short term, like next couple of years by far. But
Absolutely.
I still think. Like, if we're looking at AFC and NFC teams, I mean, Pittsburgh, that's going to be the team to beat. If we can beat the Steelers, then we've proven something, and then that'll say, hey, guess what? We can go the distance.
Beating Seattle wasn't enough.
I think that everybody realizes right now that Josh Allen is no joke, and that he's on everybody's radar.
Yeah, and the fact is now here Josh Allen is in his third season, and a lot of teams still can't figure out how to cover him. That says something.
No, you can't. You can't cover a guy that moves as much as he does.
Right, and he's a big QB. He's like a 250-pound quarterback, so he's like Roethlisberger size, except he can run.
He's also the same height as Adam too.
Yeah, he's my height, but he has like 20 pounds on me.
Yeah. I mean, and literally, Allen is jacked, but God, he can run, and he's got a good stiff arm on top of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If you can run and hold your own and he's like the white version of Cam Newton. To me, he is.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally.
But he's better.
Yeah, like Roethlisberger size, he can run like Cam. Well, actually, I would almost even say he's more like a Michael Vick in terms of how he can run.
No. You know what it is? I'll tell you my comparison about Josh Allen. The way I look at him, and you might disagree with me, it's fine. But here's my comparison. Imagine Brett Favre's upper body put on Cam Newton.
That's not a bad comparison, actually.
Because he's got the strength. He's got that gunslinger mentality. He's very humble. He's got a lot of class, and he's a leader on this team without question. Nobody should be questioning Josh Allen's leadership ability.
Oh, absolutely.
He's an example. Not one person should be questioning him for that.
Right. And the good thing is nobody on the team does. I mean, they know he is the man.
He absolutely is. But if you were to compare Brett Favre's accuracy from when he came out of college, from wherever he came from, his quarterback rating was much worse than Josh Allen's.
Yeah, so, very similar. Very similar start.
So that's why I'm saying he's got Cam Newton's legs, but his upper body strength is a lot like Brett Favre.
Yeah. Actually, it's not a bad comparison because I remember when Favre first came in the league, he actually played for Atlanta, and then he got traded to Green Bay. But, I mean, same thing. I mean, Favre had that time. He had to develop, and then he ended up becoming one of the best QBs that we've ever seen.
And the same thing is happening right now.
Yeah.
Favre always had the arm, and he always had the accuracy.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And that was a big question mark when Josh Allen came out of Wyoming, was his accuracy and his decision making. But the problem with Josh Allen when he came out of Wyoming was he didn't have any coaching. He didn't have any players to accommodate with. So for him to go to the NFL, everybody was expecting him to be a bust. It's kind of like they were labeling him as a bust because he wasn't a quote a proper NFL quarterback. And fortunately for Josh, he was able to get some of the best coaches he can to help him out. And the same quarterback coach, Ken Dorsey, was Cam Newton's QB coach in Carolina. So he was able to accommodate with a lot of his status quos as to why Cam Newton is where he is now from when he was 5 years ago. So Josh Allen is younger than Cam Newton, so he has the ability to be a superstar for the next 15, 20 years from now, depending how long he wants to play.
So that was the same coach. That was the same coach. That was his taught him how to fucking chuck a long ball. Cam Newton had a coach that used to be able to fucking teach him how to chuck the long ball.
That's true. I remember that.
Well, and the other thing too is Josh Allen, especially with Wyoming and the teams that they played out in Mountain West. I mean, they never had like pro style offenses like you would see with the traditional like Southern teams like Alabama, or if you're looking at like other teams like Florida State, anything like that. I mean, he didn't have any of that exposure. So the fact that he came on that quickly and was able to develop the way he did, I mean, that's amazing for 3 years.
Absolutely. I mean, he was able to be like the lion that came out of nowhere and led the pride. That's basically what Josh Allen is. He's basically the king of that division when he was coming out of that Mountain State in Wyoming. And it's a very weak division within that conference. So for Josh Allen to come out to be the highest rated Wyoming player to ever be drafted in the first round in NFL history is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah. And out of that QB class, I mean, I have to think right now, he is the best out of that draft class.
By far.
I mean, and that says a lot because everyone was saying, oh, well, he's not going to amount to anything. He might be a backup at best, or he'll be like, oh, we got to develop him for like 5 years before he'll do anything. No, he basically told everyone to shut up and watch me work. And that's what he did.
I mean, he's been proven wrong this whole time.
Exactly.
He's shut everybody up. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
And like before, what'd you have? You had fucking Tyrod Taylor.
Oh my God. Tyrod wasn't terrible though. That's the thing with Tyrod.
No, he wasn't. That's the thing though. I had high hopes for that guy. Mm-hmm. I really had a high hopes for that guy.
I mean, like up until Josh Allen, I mean, Tyrod and Fitzpatrick were the two best QBs we had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were. I mean, even looking back at when we had Kelly Holcomb, I mean, Holcomb wasn't as good as Fitz. Fitz and Tyrod were similar, but Tyrod had the run game, so he actually was able to create more offense. But, I mean, literally, looking back at the QBs we had, I mean, God, Rob Johnson, he sucked. He's not in the league. J.P. Losman sucked. Billy Joel Holbert sucked. I mean, we had crap QBs I mean, Todd Collins was horrible. So, I mean, looking back at, like, the history of the QBs we had, I mean, really – the only three good QBs we had before Josh Allen were Holcomb, Fitz, and Tyrod.
And Tyrod was supposed to be a backup on the Bills too, which is even scarier.
Yeah,
I thought Tyrod was going to be the one for you guys. I literally did. He looked good. He was always he was a good thrower. He fucking had good movement. And he was fucking. I thought he was going to be a good for you guys, but
yeah. Well, actually, E.J. Manuel was supposed to be like a Cam Newton-style QB, and then what happens is then, of course, that didn't work out.
No. Every Bills QB they drafted in the first round, until up to the point where they took Josh Allen, were all terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and E.J. Manuel is not even in the league anymore, so.
Yeah, and it's pretty bad, too. Nathan Peterman, that didn't work out. But that was a fifth-round choice. It's not like they just said, oh, we're going to draft Peterman in the first round. They just basically said, oh, we're going to take Tyrod Taylor because Rex Ryan could not figure out his accommodation of quarterbacks. So that's why Tyrod got the job. But then McDermott comes out of nowhere, who was a defensive coach, and he comes out of nowhere and says, let's take Josh Allen. And the next thing you know, everybody was spitting on the Bills, and they were going to say, oh, you know, Josh Allen's inaccurate. He's this, he's that. All this bullshit narrative about him. And then all of a sudden they took their sweet-ass time, and they built an offensive line. They got him good receivers. They got a great defense at that point. And everything was slowly but surely coming back. Hell, you can even see the same thing now. The Bills are very much back in business from last year. They just have to tweak up that defense, and it's all set for this coming year. And they'll get even better and stronger by the spring from draft and from free agency and stuff like that. It's all coming together. It's all about patience. The Bills are heading in a very good direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Here's a funny story too, just real briefly before we go into a couple other things to wrap up. Nathan Peterman. So when he went to the Raiders, yeah, he's on the practice squad. So that shows you where he's at.
For the XFL.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. So much for John Gruden liking him. He stashed him on the practice squad. And even better, Peterman's on IR, so with an elbow injury.
That sucks.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's brutal. so before we wrap up, I was gonna say, good old Sean, any gaming news or any WWE news you want to talk to us about?
Well, gaming wise, the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S are out. I'm still planning on getting mine, hopefully for Christmas. I don't know yet. Nothing's concrete, but I would really love a new console. It's long overdue. And
what's the price going for? What are they putting it at?
I think for the Xbox Series X and like the standard PS5 consoles, I think they're going for $4.99, $5.99 around that. Maybe.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and I think the Xbox Series S is for I can't remember, like $3.99 or $2.99.
Not bad. Less than I thought.
It's like $4.99 or something like that.
The discless version, like the disc free, is like 400, and then the one with the disc plate is 500.
Okay, yeah, there we go. So yeah, and as far as WWE goes, honestly, I haven't really been paying attention. Everybody said this past Monday Night Raw sucked. I take their word for it because it's Raw. It's just, I don't know, man.
This is a bunch of bullshit.
Gotcha. Oh, hey, there's actually some good things I'm looking at real quickly on NFL.com. So they're doing the postseason predictions right now. Take a look who's ranked.
Yeah.
I called it.
Ended up choosing the Bills. He said the Bills have the most complete team in the division. They're unstoppable offensively when Allen plays at a high level. And they also credited McDermott's defense. Notice how he didn't say Leslie Frazier. He said McDermott.
Yeah, so when the Bills go to the Super Bowl, I take donations.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And
I still see the Bills going as far as the AFC Championship. I'm still calling that.
Yeah.
Dude, it can happen, man. Like, they have a complete team, and it's not something that's like, it might happen. It's something that can happen if they play good games, man.
Yep.
Very possible. I mean, I would be very proud of the Bills if they make it to the second or third round. I'd be very proud of them regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, I can.
Miami.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'll call it right now, and I already called it. I call it Saints Bills Super Bowl.
All right, we'll keep that in mind.
All right, cool. Then no surprise, AFC North, Pittsburgh Steelers with the Ravens being the runner-up, so they got that.
Oh, fuck.
Tennessee is being picked to win the AFC South.
Obviously.
Yeah, well, of course.
That doesn't surprise me. So got that. Kansas City.
We're the Saints. The Saints are the underdog. I guarantee you they'll be there.
Yeah. Let's see. Wild card, they're thinking the Ravens and the Raiders.
The Browns.
Cleveland's actually being picked as
fuck off of the Browns.
Do not underestimate the Browns.
I'm surprised where they're at this season, but they finally have good coaching staff and a good GM in place.
Yep.
So, oh yeah, NFC East.
Oh my God, the Eagles, the fucking Eagles. They'll go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. Oh, even better. Someone's got to win this division, right?
Somebody has to.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's got to be them, obviously.
Yeah.
Here's the Saints.
Yeah, NFC South champions is what they're picked at. NFC North, that's no surprise. Green Bay.
Yeah, let's see NFC West. They're going to pick the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
No surprise. And
Yeah,
then
they're
the
gonna
wild card teams.
Fuck.
And then Arizona. And the
Tom
Rams.
Brady. Tom Brady.
And a wild card team. Who would have ever thought that?
Just like last season.
Yeah.
Pathetic that
The
the
Rams?
Cardinals are better than the Rams.
Is it the Rams?
Well, at least Bruce Arians chooses Tom Brady out, so that's good. Like, he'll actually say Brady sucks when he sucks.
Without Brady, the Buccaneers would not even be anywhere near that.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't be. It'd be non-existent right now.
Right. But yeah, it was just interesting to see that. And I'm like, that's actually a pretty good mid-season prediction. I mean, yeah, it would be interesting. But if the Bills can win against Pittsburgh, that's a statement game. I mean, I think Seattle was like the first of the two statement games, and they passed that test. So if they can actually find a way to beat the Steelers, then right off the bat, that's a legit playoff contender right there.
That'll be like the lowest scoring game of Buffalo.
Yeah,
season.
like
it'll be so tight that it'll be like, oh, maybe like a 17-point game. Like I can't see it like being that high.
Yeah, I mean, literally.
But if you look at it though, if you look at the previous scores, the Cowboys managed to get like fucking 20 points on them.
Right.
So, all depends on Allen, man. If you can fucking throw long bombs, get them done.
Yeah, spread the field a little bit.
That team rides and dies on the arm of Josh Allen. There's no question around that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, same with fucking big fucking Ben. If he's not fucking on his game, they're not winning. So.
By far.
Yeah.
He's the best player on offense, next to Stephon Diggs, easily.
Yeah, but I love how they opened up against Seattle, though. I mean, straight up, they just went right to the air, and there you go. Get your first score within the first 5 minutes.
The fact they only ran the ball 3 times in the entire game. Oh, man.
Dude, you guys have 3 legitimate fucking wide receivers. Like, if you can fucking hit them, they'll be fine. You got to hit the fucking wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, besides Diggs, I mean, Beasley, I mean, some of the catches he had in that game against Seattle, I mean, that was impressive.
Yeah. Look at my team. My team has fucking 1 legitimate fucking running back and 1 legitimate fucking, like, person that can catch a ball.
Robbie Anderson have both people.
Yeah, and you guys have 3 wide receivers that can catch a ball. And you have a complete team, so like, if anybody can beat the Steelers legitimately, it'll be you guys.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
Time will tell.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, but I mean, is the schedule fairly easy the rest of the way out? I mean, yeah, I mean it's not a difficult schedule. I mean, Pittsburgh will be the toughest game out of the bunch, but I mean, I'm also interested to see what happens against Arizona because I mean, I haven't really seen that with them, but that's going to be very interesting to see how we match up.
That's going to be a win in my book.
I think it'll be a win, but I think it'll be like, win it in the 4th quarter. Because Arizona, they'll fucking put you to the win.
Mm-hmm.
True. As long as they shut down Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, they should be fine.
Yeah.
No, you better hope you can fucking cut them off because they're not fucking no joke. They're no joke.
Right.
They're not.
Probably not.
Right. So, I mean, we got 11:30 here in the East. Anyone want to wrap up with anything, or?
I'm good.
Hey, Bobby, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck you too. Put it down.
All right. So yeah, we'll definitely, Lewfie, we'll have to have you back on a regular basis.
Yeah, no, I'm here anytime.
Great. Well, awesome. So of course, for all of us here, you know where to find us by now. We'll have this up on YouTube and Facebook later. So
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you the next time on Buffalo After Dark. Take care of yourself. Everybody.